we will cross over to our colleague, Newzroom Afrika reporter Nobuhle, who is in Umlazi in KZN. Over to you, Nobuhle. What is the situation on the ground?
Good afternoon, Ms. Chaba. Yes, we have now moved to Umlazi, one of the biggest townships in South Africa. And right now, at the moment, we are at the Victoria Mxenge Sports Center, indoor sports center, where there's a lot of people who can't wait to cast their vote. I'm going to move out of shot just so my colleague can just show you. I know that some people have told me that they've been here since 6 a.m. in the morning. There are actually chairs inside. As we go inside, I will try and take you inside so you can see what the situation is like there. But just, you know, for some context on the area on its own, it boasts about 400,000 residents, and the supporters here are split between the IFP, the ANC, and obviously quite recently Umkhonto weSizwe. And when we speak of the ANC support base in the area, it has been influenced by factional battles in the ANC for a couple of years now. Now, you'd remember that Umlazi residents were at the forefront of the July 2021 looting over protest over former President Jacob Zuma's arrest for contempt of court. And we saw there a lot of damage to infrastructure, particularly here in Umlazi, the megacity mall, as well as the Pilani Mall, as well as KwaMnyandu. And we saw those scenes playing out. But of late, what the residents of Umlazi have been particularly fighting the eThekwini municipality about is the issue of water. There's been a water issue here that's been long-standing for about 5 years now. So when you speak to some of these people who are in these queues, that's the one thing they talk about, the fact that they don't have water. On top of that, they'll tell you about unemployment and how most of them have just, lost faith in the ruling party to fix those long-standing issues like the issue of water. I'm going to ask my colleague Lungelo Zungu to just follow me as I take you through, as I did promise to take you inside, just so you can get a picture of what exactly it looks like. Like I said, some people have been standing here since around 6 a.m. Some those are inside. There are seats for them to come and sit down. And, you know, as you can see, the queue here is quite long. And I understand that this morning it was actually the queue was actually even longer, so people are making their way and they do want to cast their votes. I'm going to try and speak to some people who are seated on their chairs just to find out from them when they got here. Sabana Mamunjani. Yaphila, you're live on Newzroom Afrika. Igama Nobuhle. Sihamba sibuza la ukuthi nifike nini la Victoria Mxenge in a sports center ukuthi nizovota.
Sifike ekuseni ngawo 6. Yes.
Sithi isikhathi enisihleli because ubani isikhathi manje. So ku past 12.
Cha khona kuhamba kancane kakhulu angazi indaba hayi.
Mhlambe sichazele inkinga eninazo la eWard 87 eMlazi.
Hey kuningi ngenze ngikubale nje kuningi nje sibhekene nakho nje la eMlazi kuningi kakhulu.
Mhlambe mangasitshela ngeyodwa wena mawuvota lapha ofuna ukuthi ilungise ngokusheshsha yipi leyo ndaba. Mhlambe ethi ngicela ubhuti ngala inkinga eninazo, mhlambe ngiyazi ukuthi la kunenkinga yamanzi. Wena njengoba uzovota la namhlanje ufuna ukuthi kulungisweni.
iYouth iningi ayisebenzi ufuna kulungise lokho. Secondly, even nobubona la qasha abantu abadala abaningi abaqasha iYouth yona engasebenzi. Khona abantu abasebenzayo phela baqashwe futhi. Futhi baqashwe kabili iYouth ikhona baqashiwe. Labe lokho esizokwenza to bring change.
And then in terms of ama processes where IEC la ngiyabona usisi uyakhomplela ukuthi sithi isikhathi enhleli wena uzuza kanjani ngalokho.
Secondly, abantu batshelwanga sivotela unational mane province. There's no reason to ehamba uvotela o ohlala ngakhona. Asuka kude abanye abuvota noma ikephi bazivele sivotela iprovince nenational.
So ngokwakho
i-regional azange communicate. Abantu bala ba frustrated i-system laphana i-manual. We are at 12 o'clock now. We expecting abantu abaningi as from 12 o'clock downwards. Mocabanga ukubuka wakho uplanning 6 hours so meet lo ufuna kuvala ngo9 guess you meet.
Interesting perspective there, Maschaba, from one of the people here waiting to vote. He's speaking of the 3-ballot system, saying a lot of people weren't informed about that particular, new aspect of the voting process in the country. He's also speaking of how they've been sitting here for a while, like I told you earlier, and like some people have told me they've been sitting here since 6 a.m. and they are putting that on the IEC officials who are here. You heard him say that another big issue that they have is unemployment. employment. And he's saying, for example, the IEC officials that have been hired here, some of them are old and they're not hiring youth. So those are many of the problems that they have. I haven't gotten to speak to someone who is actually going to paint a picture for us about the water issue here, but you would know that Umlazi has an issue with water. There's also a sewage problem here in the area. And so as the day progresses, I will try and speak to more people just to find out their perspective and why they are particularly casting their vote. I did say earlier that this particular area is split between the ANC, the IFP, and now quite recently Umkhonto weSizwe. Back to you, Maschab.
All right, thank you so much, Nobuhle. They're coming to us from Umlazi.